Believe it or not, but this guy isn't some random fisherman. This guy used to dominate European basketball, yet his NBA career was anything but remarkable. Sarunas Jasikevicius was, and in some places still is, the reincarnation of God. The Lithuanian won so much during his playing career that his palmares would put a baby to sleep. In May 2005, Europe's best point guard led Maccabi Tel Aviv to their second successive EuroLeague title. Saras was dominant and was crowned the Final Four MVP and top scorer. In the final against Taukeramika, Jasikevicius scored 22 points, grabbed 6 rebounds and dished out 5 assists. It was obvious that Europe was too small for the orchestrator. Staying in Europe would have meant many more titles, but a chance in the NBA loomed large. In July 2005, he joined Indiana Pacers in a 3-year deal worth $12 million. It isn't a lot by today's standards, but back then it was more than decent money for an international player who hadn't played in the league. However, Jasikevicius had shown on the international stage that he was good enough for the NBA. He was the leader of the Lithuanian team in the 2000 Sydney Olympics and got to play twice against USA side that had the likes of Vince Carter, Kevin Garnett, Jason Kidd and Ray Allen. In the group stage, Lithuania lost to USA by 9 without Saras being at his best. He scored 9 points and gave 6 assists but only connected on 2 of 8 from the field. The two met again in the semis, and although USA won the first half by 12, Lithuania rallied back. Even though they lost by 2, Jasikevicius was nothing but brilliant. He scored game-high 27 points. 4 years later in Athens, the two sides met twice again. Lithuania beat the Americans, who had Tim Duncan, Allen Iverson and future legends Dwayne Wade and LeBron James in the group stage by 4, with Jasikevicius going off for 28 points. In the bronze medal game, the USA won by 8. Jasikevicius had 17, scoring 5 of 9 from downtown. So the stage was set for Jasikevicius to make his mark in the NBA. Playing in the States was nothing new to him, as he played Division I ball for University of Maryland. During 2 seasons in the NBA, Jasikevicius played 148 games for the Pacers and Golden State Warriors without much success. While he averaged 6.8 points and 2.9 assists in the regular season, his numbers plummeted during the playoffs. 1.8 points and 0.8 assists on bad shooting percentages. Why did things go wrong for a guy who dominated in Europe and was great on the international stage? First of all, it must be said that Jasikevicius didn't sign with the Pacers thinking he was going to run the show. Upon signing the contract, Saras said in a press conference that he hoped to be a small piece of the puzzle and contribute. On a daily basis, I have to earn respect from my teammates and my coaches and everybody in the organization. It's a different situation than if I'm changing teams in Europe. I'm okay with that because it has been a dream for me to play in the NBA, he said. A dream that turned sour. There were a lot of experts who thought that while winning a lot in Europe, Jasikevicius was overrated in terms of his potential ability in the NBA. For example, John Hollinger said that Jasikevicius' EuroLeague stats in the 3 years before he joined the Pacers weren't actually that good, and stat-wise, Anthony Parker and Maceo Boston were the best players for Maccabi. He projected as a backup point guard, and that's exactly what he was, Hollinger said after Saras' stint in the NBA. Jasikevicius got a lot of criticism for his defense and athleticism. Jonathan Givoti said that due to his incredibly poor lateral quickness, isolating his man against him was almost a guaranteed 2 points for the other team. To protect his team, while Jasikevicius was on the court, then Pacers coach Rick Carlisle, a man-to-man defense proponent, relented and played the zone. The Lithuanian himself threw verbal punches against Carlisle and his teammates. After leaving the NBA, Jasikevicius said, Rick did a great false recruiting job on me, like college recruiting, where they say, if you come here, we promise you the world. The up-tempo style of play Rick promised me was never there. The opportunities to play were never there, and the players who were supposed to be gone by the time I came were still around. Regarding teammates, Jasikevicius said that he felt like he showed up in a toxic, agenda-driven locker room in 2005 and was shunned as Pacers president of basketball operations, Larry Bird's golden boy. He felt like some teammates froze him out and refused to give him the ball. There were a lot of guys who were in the last year of the contracts and they didn't like that European boy coming over and getting the money, said Jasikevicius and singled out Fred Jones. No wonder he couldn't make out anything of his short stint with the Warriors, as his confidence was shattered. In autumn of 2007, Jasikevicius returned from the States to continue winning in Europe. He got his fourth EuroLeague crown in 2009 with Panathinaikos, but statistically, he wasn't the dominant force he used to be. Nevertheless, Sarunas, who retired in 2014, is rightfully considered as one of the best point guards Europe has ever produced. Jasikevicius' story is one of many cautionary tales for established EuroLeague players. Not all that glitters is gold, even if your expectations are modest.
Oh man.